Have you ever pondered what the Third Temple in Jerusalem represents? Why has there been disagreement over its building for so long? Let's explore the Third Temple's past and enigma in further detail. This is not just any building. For the Jewish people around the world, it is a symbol of their core beliefs. Its significance extends back to ancient times, when it served as a historical monument, a sacred place for prayer, and a symbol of religious devotion. This was the original location of the First Temple, also called Solomon's Temple. The Second Temple was constructed after the First Temple was destroyed, but it was also destroyed. Since then, the location has served as a source of controversy and a focal point for political and religious disagreements. If built, the Third Temple would represent an important turning point, the reclaiming of a sacred site, and a glimmer of hope for a great number of people. The road to reconstructing it is not simple, though. The Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque are located on the Temple Mount, a location that is also revered by Muslims. The coexistence of these religious structures highlights the complexity of the situation while also serving as a tribute to Jerusalem's distinctive cultural and religious diversity. Building plans for the Third Temple have encountered several obstacles and ardent resistance over time. The advancement has been hampered by a wide range of issues, including political unrest, religious disagreements, and archaeological worries. While the Jewish community works to reconstruct their holy temple, it is a story of faith against the odds, history against the present, and hope against despair. There are many unanswered questions, but one that may redefine religious cooperation in Jerusalem is this one. Will the Muslim community allow the reconstruction of this holy temple mount? The Jewish community just made the decision to move forward with constructing the Third Temple. Despite its significance, this choice wasn't made in a vacuum. It is the product of years of careful planning, motivated by the passionately held conviction that building the Third Temple will demonstrate the Jewish community's tenacity and dedication to their faith, in addition to serving as a matter of religious fulfillment. Jewish theology places great significance on the Third Temple because it symbolizes the Jewish people's return to their spiritual roots and marks the last phase of the prophetic redemption process. The destruction of the First and Second Temples serves as a sobering reminder of the struggles the Jewish people has endured throughout history. Thus, the choice to construct the Third Temple is motivated by faith just as much as the need to uphold the Jewish community's unalienable right to practice their religion. It's a strong declaration of their steadfast adherence to their heritage and faith. That being said, the choice was not made hastily. The Temple Mount is the location of the Third Temple, and the Jewish community is aware of the complex issues surrounding it. It's a historically rich and significant location for Christians, Muslims, and Jews alike. In actuality, one of the world's most contentious religious locations is the Temple Mount, so the choice made by the Jewish community is a delicate balancing act. It's about upholding their religious beliefs without upsetting the fragile peace between the various religious groups who revere the Temple Mount. The only unanswered question is how other people will react to this choice. Will it be perceived as a provocative act or as a step in the direction of religious freedom? Will it create more rifts or close gaps? Will it promote communication or will it exacerbate conflict? Will this choice ignite a flame of conflict or usher in a new era of understanding? Time will tell. The Muslim community will decide how to respond to the Jewish community's decision. This is a sensitive issue that has to be handled with thought and caution. The Arabic name for the Temple Mount, Haram al-Sharif, is of great importance to the Muslim and Jewish communities. This holy location has served as a center of religious and cultural identity for generations, and there is a lot of discussion and concern about its future. The opinions of the Muslim community about the Third Temple's reconstruction are nuanced and varied. It's not only about the building itself, the location is also intricately entwined with religious and historical traditions. Currently located atop the Temple Mount is the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest place in Islam. The Muslim community has voiced worries that any changes made to the location may upset the balance and possibly spark hostilities. Recently, there have been statements expressing the opinions of several Muslim organizations and leaders. Many have urged amicable communication and respect for one another, highlighting how crucial it is to comprehend and recognize the deeply held emotions and beliefs connected to the Temple Mount. It's crucial to remember, though, that there are differences within the Muslim community. Attitudes and opinions vary among communities, geographical areas, and people. While some are adamantly opposed to any alterations to the location, others are receptive to talking about the Third Temple. Maintaining a careful balance between upholding religious traditions and adjusting to changing society dynamics is like walking a tightrope. The Muslim community has reacted in a few ways to the choice made by the Jewish community. Concerns have been voiced and remedies sought through diplomatic initiatives, community meetings, and non-violent protests. These acts demonstrate how crucial communication and compromise are to handling this tricky situation. The way the Muslim community reacts will, in fact, determine how the Temple Mount develops in the future. Their concerns and perspectives need to be addressed and considered in any conversations about the Third Temple. The destiny of the Third Temple is largely dependent on the Muslim community. The circumstances around the Third Temple are still changing as of right now. The decision of the Jewish community to move forward with building the holy structure has caused a frenzy of activity in Israel as well as worldwide. In fact, the current advances are rather amazing to watch. Architects and historians are collaborating to ensure that the temple's designs are carefully crafted so that the final product would reflect the original building's grandeur. But the road to development hasn't always been easy. To put it mildly, there have been diplomatic difficulties. The results of the continuing negotiations with the Muslim community and other interested parties will be critical in determining the future of the temple. There have been a number of developments during these talks. Despite the challenges, the Jewish community has demonstrated an admirable degree of resiliency and resolve in moving forward with their objectives. Their cause has been strengthened by the financing and support they have been able to obtain from a variety of sources. However, there have also been setbacks. The problem has become more complicated as a result of legal challenges and protests. Due to the Temple Mount's hallowed status, there has been increased attention and controversy as many groups have made their rights and claims known. Plans are being created for the possible construction in the meantime. Digging into the past, archaeologists, historians, and religious academics are putting in endless hours to make sure that, should building move forward, it would be as respectful and correct as possible. The Temple Mount is a source of conflict and a symbol of faith as we speak. Its importance cannot be disputed, yet its future is unclear. Although there are many obstacles in the way of building the Third Temple, every step we take gets us closer to finding a solution. In one way or another, the world is waiting anxiously to see what will happen to the Third Temple. The Third Temple story is a tale of entwined politics, history, and faith. Let's go over the main ideas we've covered as we come to the end of this story. At the heart of our story is the Third Temple, a symbol of great religious and historical significance. For the Jewish community, whose plans to repair the holy structure were recently approved, its possible renovation is a deeply personal affair. But there are some challenges on the way. Concerns regarding the proposal have been raised by the Muslim population, which has just as strong ties to the Temple Mount. Their reaction adds another thread to this complex story, one that is rich with cultural and theological complexities. The conversation between these two societies is still influencing this historical project. The present developments in this story reflect the difficulties associated with coexisting religions. As of right now, the Third Temple reconstruction project is moving forward despite disagreement and discussion. It is evidence of the complex balancing act that must occur between development and preservation, between honoring customs and breaking new ground. This story about politics, history, and faith offers us a glimpse into a microcosm of the larger human experience. The Third Temple serves not just as a physical memorial, but also as a symbol of our collective strive for understanding, coexistence, and mutual respect. We are reminded of the strength of faith and the difficulty of religious cooperation as we work to solve the riddle of the Third Temple. This is a tale we will keep following along. We hope these facts piqued your interest. Please share your ideas in the comments section below if you have heard them previously.